line. I think that was just going to squeeze in the far corner. And Ruben Neves has got back. He cleared it off the line, head in hands from John Arias. He thought he'd scored there for Colombia. Colombia looked the more dangerous. A little slide rule pass through from Rodriguez is cleared away. Again, Rodriguez is chasing down. Eventually he has to give up as Vitinha runs a little circle around him. Long ball forward. Just too long. The keeper came out for Colombia, Vargas, and probably could have picked that up. He was in his box but decided to swing a left leg at it. Put it out for a throw-in. Vitinha. Ronaldo's dropped deep. Barely mentioned Cristiano Ronaldo's name here. He's drawn a foul. And I think we'll probably be calling his name, as this is very much Cristiano Ronaldo territory. Just on the outer limits maybe of shooting range. It was John Arias who fouled Cristiano Ronaldo. And there's only one possible outcome, I think. Although we saw a couple of fairly inventive free kick routines from Roberto Martinez's side against Uzbekistan in particular. This has got to be 36 yards out, I reckon. Pretty centre, pretty central. Colombia have held their line on the edge of the penalty area. Bruno Fernandes and Pedro Neto are over the ball. There's a three-man wall. And Ronaldo strikes it. One bounce into the chest of Camilo Vargas. Good hit from Ronaldo. But fairly straightforward for the keeper. It's an effort on target. Colombia on the break. John Cordoba, good centre-forward play. Holds the ball up and then turns. Keeps possession for his team. James Rodriguez swings it out to the left-hand side, and the danger man, Luis Diaz. Rodriguez out to John Arias. John Arias had support from Santiago Arias, but then just played in behind him, slightly wasteful that time from the ex-Wolves man. John Cordoba started well. I haven't been particularly impressed from Luis Suarez. I think he'll be disappointed with his contribution in the opening two games for Colombia. As we go to the hydration break here. Watched a lot of Luis Suarez in the Champions League for Sporting Lisbon last year. Was expecting him to have a big impact on this tournament, but not so far. And then the shoulder injury tonight has kept him out of this one. So John Cordoba looking to seize his moment. He's had a couple of efforts on goal already. The header that went over the top. And then a really good save from Diogo Costa. (1-1) at the quarter mark in this other Group K game. Shimuradov putting Uzbekistan in front, and Mbuku got the equaliser for DR Congo. Colombia have played 24 games in this tournament without a 0-0 draw, so hopefully that doesn't jinx it and we'll see some goals here this evening. Colombia were third in the South American qualification section. Always a really tricky section. There's no easy games in that. It's just one big arduous league that they have to play. Colombia finished in third place in that they won 7, drew 7 and lost 4 of their games, so they didn't win a ton, but they were very, very hard to beat. Portugal dominated their section. In Europe, Hungary, Republic of Ireland, Armenia, who were beaten 9-0, were among the opponents in that one. A couple of games later on, that will finish the final 2 games of this group stage. Will come in Group J, and they are Argentina against Jordan, and then the fascinating one, which everyone has got their own conspiracy theory around, which is Austria and Algeria, where both teams can go through with the point. Austria don't really want to win, because that'll give them a round of 32 game against Spain. So what happens in that is anybody's guess. They might just play a normal game of football. Ironic, after, if any of you were around my age, you might remember the disgrace of Gijon back in 1982, when West Germany and Austria conspired to contrive a draw, which eliminated Algeria from the tournament. Well, Algeria and Austria get a chance to do the same tonight. Hydration break is done. We are all fully hydrated. We're going to restart with the throw in to Colombia, level with the edge of the penalty area, right hand side. Santiago Arias into the feet of John Arias. Gustavo Puerta picks a cross out, but it was a pretty aimless one. It was easily cleared by Pedro Neto. Arias wins it back though for Colombia. Puerta out to the left hand side, and Luis Diaz. Jefferson Lerma. Lerma goes out to David Machado. I haven't mentioned David Machado. He's making his tournament bow in this one. Another change, a 32-year-old. Also based in Europe. He plays for Nantes. He's replaced Johan Mejica at left back. On the attack over on that far side, here he is, David Machado. Happy to allow Luis Diaz to take over. Luis Diaz. Puerta's wide. Jefferson Lerma, 25 yards out, fairly central. Davinson Sanchez finds Santiago Arias, shaped across. Changed his mind, plays it towards the feet of James Rodriguez. It was a difficult pass. It was easily read by the Portuguese defenders, who clear. And Colombia will have to start again. Back with the goalkeeper Vargas. Say Colombia have just about edged it so far. Territory possession. And certainly the chances. Diego Costa's made by far the best save of the game. John Arias. Out to Santiago Arias. Into the feet of James Rodriguez. Good spell this from Colombia. Portugal struggling to get hold of the ball. Down the line for Rodriguez. Rodriguez wants a corner, doesn't get one. He's pleaded with the assistant, and now he's going to get a corner. Someone's tipped him off. Renato Vega looked particularly guilty as he got away. Let me have a look. Yeah, that has just come off Renato Vega. James Rodriguez was right. Now the referee is getting some stick off Bruno Fernandes. He was asking him why they changed their mind. The decision was correct though. It is a corner. No, it isn't. Oh my days. This one's been overturned. So the assistant with the flag is the man who came out looking best from all of that. He gave the goal kick in the first place before James Rodriguez shamed the referee. I've seen the replay. I think it was a corner, but anyway. Cristiano Ronaldo was a mile offside. They'll allow him to get his shot off. Saved by the goalkeeper. Then the flag goes up. Cristiano Ronaldo, he became the first player to score in 6 of these global tournaments with those goals last time out against Uzbekistan. 10 goals now in 24 matches across those 6 competitions. I was looking at the stats before the game, just trying to get a little bit of information, and the amount of caps Ronaldo has won just makes you laugh. 230 caps. It's an astonishingly high number. Portugal on the attack, right hand side. João Cancelo on the overlap. It's probably offside. The ball never made it to him, and in the end, Milo Vargas has just launched it up in the air. Strong challenge, far too strong from Ruben Diaz. Came right over the top of James Rodriguez. Steamrolled him. James Rodriguez has stayed down. Ruben Diaz is pleading his case, but I think he probably knew what he was doing there, Ruben Diaz. Clumsy might be the most polite way of putting that. And it will be a free kick to Colombia. 15 yards inside their own half, left of centre. 33 minutes on the clock here. Colombia 0, Portugal 0. Congo 1, Uzbekistan 1 in the other game. So nothing has changed as yet. Colombia will face Ghana. Portugal will face Croatia as it stands. Colombia on the attack. Left hand side. Arias picks it up. Moves it on to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz has got support from John Arias into the near post corner, but couldn't get there. David Machado was arriving at the back post from left back. Was cleared away by João Cancelo, who was alert to the danger. Cordoba has definitely occupied these two Portuguese centre-backs. More of an old-fashioned type of centre-forward, John Cordoba. Man who plays his football for Krasnodar. Just the big man up top. In Russia. Seeing the replay of that low cross from Arias, and Ruben Diaz took a little bit of a risk there. Did have a handful of John Cordoba's shade, but released it in time. Colombia again, weaving the more intricate patterns of the two sides in possession. David Machado. Jefferson Lerma drops deep to collect for the Colombians. Davinson Sanchez has no option forward, was closed down by Bruno Fernandes, so just turns on his heels, gives it back to Camilo Vargas. It's hard to believe that this is the first competitive meeting of these two. We met once before in 2014, a 0-0 draw, so that possibly can't happen again. Colombia, the 2001 Copa America champions. Long ball forward, Cordoba is flattened again, this time by Renato Vega. And it's very obvious that the Portuguese central defenders are not comfortable against John Cordoba. Renato Vega's no intention of playing the ball there. He sort of went in with a little bit of everything through the back of John Cordoba, and a free kick to Colombia. 40 yards out, right of centre. Taken quickly. Spun out to Arias. Now then, Fernandez. That's a good ball. John Arias into the penalty area. Cross is poor. Far too close to Diogo Costa, the goalkeeper. Good position that from John Arias. Should have done better. Colombia still asking more questions of this Portuguese defence. Diogo Costa has it at his feet. Poor clearance. Gets away with it as Puerta's header in the direction of Luis Diaz was cleared. Luis Diaz is going to get it now though, over by the left-hand corner flag. Cross in, or it's over the head of everybody. James Rodriguez and Cordoba just stand and look at each other on the edge of the 6-yard box. They can't believe that one of them hasn't won that. Portugal eventually can bring it clear, and maybe now they can make some forward progress. On the right-hand side, here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Support from Neto. Crossing towards the penalty spot. Davinson Sanchez with a header. Vitinha strikes the shot. Hacked up in the air by Puerta. Out onto the right-hand side again for Cancelo. Dinks the cross in. But this is over the top of everybody. And it's one bounce and out for a goal kick to Colombia. 38 minutes have elapsed in Miami. The noise from the Colombian supporters has not abated one iota since kickoff. Colombia have had the better of this so far. Colombia 0. Portugal 0. Davinson Sanchez. 0.58 XG for Colombia on those chances. 0.05 for the Portuguese. He has a chance though. Oh, what a save. Unbelievable save. It's bouncing around. Portugal want a penalty for handball. They're not going to get one. Still alive. Left-hand side. Crossed in. This time it's cleared away by Lukumi. Great save from Camilo Vargas in there. Vitinha. Bruno Fernandes. Little 1-2. Ronaldo. Nuno Mendes. It's tight on the edge of the penalty area. Vitinha. Ruben Neves with a shot. Oh my word, it's not far away at all. Ruben Neves wants a corner. He thinks the goalkeeper saved it. I'm not sure. We'll have a little look now. It's a great strike from Ruben Neves. The goalkeeper is nowhere near that. Let's have a look at this early save from Camilo Vargas. Cross comes in right-hand side. Oh, he's only 8 yards out. Bruno Fernandes has to score. Takes a touch, then just hits it straight at the keeper. By the way, what an astonishing save from Camilo Vargas. Right arm in the air, strong right hand. We saw Diogo Costa with a strong right hand earlier on. That's just as impressive from Camilo Vargas. Two really good saves in this one. And this time it was Bruno Fernandes, the man who was thwarted. Couldn't put Portugal ahead. Big chance, biggest chance of the game. Bruno Fernandes throws his arms up in the air in despair as the referee gives a free kick against João Felix. An update from the other game, by the way, the DR Congo equaliser was disallowed. VAR intervened, so that game remains DR Congo 0, Uzbekistan 1. Ball in at the penalty area by Bruno Fernandes. Headed away by Big John Lukumi. Pretty impressive central defensive pairing. Lukumi and Davinson Sanchez. Physical presence. Plenty of experience as well between the two of them. Shot comes in. This time it's just over the top from Portugal. João Felix, I think, is the man who's got the shot off. Throwing into the penalty area. João Felix took a touch, was just stretching as he hit the right-footed volley. Camilo Vargas always looked comfortable that one was going over the top of his crossbar. It's a really straightforward effort. It's the throw-in from Nuno Mendes. And then touch and volley from Felix. No score. 3 minutes of the 45 to go here. Colombia 0, Portugal 0. Jefferson Lerma onto Luis Diaz. Lerma has it again. Luis Diaz, who's really dropped deep here to come and try and find the ball in the central area. Nominally out on the left wing. Gustavo Puerta is out there at the moment. John Arias is in at right back. It's a fluid system the Colombians are playing. A little bit risky there, but picked up by Puerta, who goes out to that left-hand side. James Rodriguez drops deep now to pick the ball up. Lerma's got some space in the centre circle. Lifts his head up. He's looking for the run of Santiago Arias, but then just gives it to Sanchez. Diaz. Diaz has got options. He's gone left. Luis Diaz drops it off to Gustavo Puerta. Loads of space down this right-hand side. Santiago Arias. Can he deliver? Chance. Rodriguez shifts. Hits. Blocked by Renato Vega. Lerma has a shot. Renato Vega clears again. Best chance there was James Rodriguez. It was a poor strike. He's disappointed with the shot. Foul committed by Pedro Neto. Colombia try and take the free kick quickly. They weren't allowed to then get underway the second time. Oh, and a loose touch from Luis Diaz. Jefferson Lerma fizzed the ball into him. He was in between the lines on the half term, Luis Diaz. Couldn't collect it. Ran through to Diogo Costa. Luis Diaz, who just had a wonderful season for Bayern Munich. Every time I watched him, it was an absolute joy, Luis Diaz. Really played with a freedom and expression. It was great to watch. John Lukumi has been penalised for a foul on Cristiano Ronaldo. It's right on the halfway line, over on the right-hand touchline. Into the final minute of the 45 here. Shouldn't be an awful lot of stoppage time, just the hydration break, I reckon. 3 minutes would be my guess. Here come Portugal, but cleared away by Davinson Sanchez. That was a chance to break. James Rodriguez just caught on his heels there. John Arias has won it back. Here's a chance for Colombia. They've got men forward. John Arias enters the penalty area. Takes too many touches. Runs into Ronaldo Vega. Keeps hold of the ball and a shot on target is from Gustavo Puerta. Told you we're likely to get a shot off. That one was a right-footed, side-footed effort from 18 yards out, straight at Diogo Costa. And suddenly it's end-to-end stuff. Portugal attack. Pedro Neto just runs into the defender. Great defending from John Lukumi. Pedro Neto frustrated there. I think with himself, maybe. Luis Diaz comes forward. We are into 3 minutes of stoppage time. Luis Diaz twists, turns. Might have a shot himself. Cuts the neck off it a little bit. Just the former Liverpool man. And he goes 2 yards wide right of Diogo Costa's post. We've played 1 minute into 3 added on. It is Colombia 0, Portugal 0. Long ball forward from Costa, who was anxious to get Portugal on the front foot there. Lukumi had time to take it on his chest. Colombia have it. Lerma allows James Rodriguez to take over with a big diagonal out to Luis Diaz. Looked onside towards the edge of the box. Shooting chance. Played in and blocked and cleared away by Vitinho. Now Portugal break. João Felix has got options both ways. Nuno Mendes towards the corner of the box. Back to João Felix. Nuno Mendes. Ronaldo shoots. Blocked by Jefferson Lerma. Ambitious effort from Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, and then a foul. Bit of a cynical one, but they've played advantage here. Colombia on the break. John Cordoba plays it back in field to Davinson Sanchez. Out to the left-hand side, and David Machado. He gives it to Luis Diaz. Last 5 minutes of this half have been absolutely wide open. Bodes well for the second period. James Rodriguez is going to shoot. Good save from the goalkeeper. James Rodriguez tried to curl one. Diego Costa got down to his right-hand side. And now Portugal break. Oh, great pace here from Pedro Neto. Defender does well to get back to him and then tries to find Ronaldo. Really well read by Davinson Sanchez. And I have no idea why this game has suddenly gone balmy in the last 3 minutes. Colombia on the attack. Left-hand side. Luis Diaz. John Arias. James Rodriguez. Colombia need to do something with the ball quick before the half-time whistle goes. And the shot comes in from the edge of the box as the half-time whistle goes. And we have reached the break here in Miami. That's absolutely flown by. Chances at both ends. Both goalkeepers have been called into action, made some really good saves. It's wide open here, but we've got no goals. Join us for the second half, where hopefully we'll get a goal or two to match the quality of the action we've seen. Half-time here in Miami in Group K. It's Colombia 0, Portugal 0.
Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram.
Welcome back to Miami, everybody. Just about ready for second half action here in Group K between Portugal and Colombia, where it was goalless at the break. Pretty wild first half, really. Chances at both ends, end-to-end stuff. We had a ton of shots. 21 shots in that first period, but no goals. And Roberto Martinez has rang the changes at the start of the second half. 2 changes made from the Portuguese head coach. João Cancelo and Ruben Neves have been removed, and they've been replaced by the number 5, Diogo Dalot, and number 15, João Neves. So Roberto Martinez definitely wants to pick up the win and has made a couple of changes in an attempt to do so. We are just underway here. Portugal attacking the goal away to our right hand side. They are in their traditional all red, and Colombia in their yellow shirts, blue shorts and white socks. Portugal on the attack, right hand side. Pedro Neto, chance to cross and he stubbed his toe and ran it out for a goal kick. Pedro Neto has a frustrating first half. He is quite dramatic occasionally when he needs to be. Pedro Neto has at the frustrated figure. Colombia had the majority of that first half. Portugal came back into it in the last few minutes. Made Camilo Vargas make a good save. Diogo Costa made a great save from John Cordoba early on too. Ball is wide right with Santiago Arias. Into Jefferson Lerma. Lerma swings it out to Luis Diaz. Left hand side. Edge of the box for Puerta. This time doesn't pull the trigger. Lerma. John Arias. Colombia open brightly again. Moving the ball around. James Rodriguez. Oh, good idea. And eventually a foul by John Arias. Good defending there from Vitinha. Vitinha had to be alert as John Arias was trying to get in behind him. I'll give you the team news when we get a little break in play. The other game in this group is continuing at the same time, which is Congo 0, Uzbekistan 1. So as it stands, neither of those two sides will go through as a third place team. Colombia will go through as group winners to face Ghana, and Portugal will go through to play Croatia. And I think it's Iran and South Korea who currently get the reprieve for third place teams. Colombia on the attack. On the right hand side, Santiago Arias, who had a good first half, was busy up and down that right flank. 40 yards out central is James Rodriguez. Moves it on to David Machado. Back to James Rodriguez. Puerta. Out to this left hand side and Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz. Portugal double up on him. Rodriguez has to drop it off to Gustavo Puerta. Back to the Colombian skipper Rodriguez. John Arias comes deep. Always wants to be on the ball, John Arias. Jefferson Lerma. Out to Davinson Sanchez. Portugal can't get the ball at the moment, but there's no room in behind for Colombia to work with either. Gustavo Puerta tried to force it that time. Was picked off by João Neves, and now Portugal can break. And no foul. First time the referee played an advantage when João Felix went to ground, and then almost immediately Bruno Fernandes went down and was given the free kick as Portugal tried to break. Bruno Fernandes was fouled by Puerta, and Portugal have a free kick in the centre circle. 4 minutes gone here. All this action available via your local broadcaster. This is studio-based, off-tube commentary of Colombia 0, Portugal 0 in Group K, match day 3 here in Miami. It has not got any less hot as Cristiano Ronaldo goes down the left-hand side. It's crowded out though by 2 Colombian defenders. Really good play from Arias. Skips away down the far side. No free kick. Nuno Mendes was too strong for Arias. Once again, your referee, who is Alireza Fagani from Iran, is happy to play on. Ronaldo, Vitinha. Ronaldo had 2 efforts in the first half, neither which really troubled Vargas. A free kick from distance, which was on target but straight at the keeper. Nuno Mendes. João Neves, man who opened the scoring on match day 1 for Portugal against DR Congo. Dalot swings the ball in and headed wide from João Felix. Good opportunity that for the Portuguese left winger. João Felix knows it was too. It's about 10 yards out when he gets his head onto that central area. I think it's come off his shoulder in the end. Got it all wrong. It's a really nice ball in from Diogo Dalot, who came on at half-time. First chance of the second half goes begging. It remains scoreless here in Miami. (1926). First Colombian international game. Costa Rica 4-1. Didn't mind a goal here. Portugal's was 5 years before that, 1921, where they played there. Good old neighbours Spain, they lost 3-1 in that one. Portugal 4th place finishers in this in England in 1966. Emulated that 4th place finish in 2006, their best 2 efforts. Hoping to go a little bit better than a semi-final this time around. Colombia have it in the centre circle. Jefferson Lerner. John Arias. Out to Santiago Arias. Colombia just slow it down a little bit. Give it to the ex-Tottenham man, Davinson Sanchez. Davinson Sanchez now plays with Galatasaray in Turkey. Long ball over the top. Cordoba's on side here. This could be a problem. Cordoba goes for the little back heel. The flag stayed down all the way through that. Arias has scurried across to that far side in one possession back for Colombia. Then Jefferson Lerner stands on the ball and he's lost out. Good endeavour over there by Bruno Fernandes. Breaks on. Portugal on the attack. Far side. Neves. 3-on-2. Inside to Bruno Fernandes. I think he either tried to let it run to Ronaldo or it was slightly behind Bruno Fernandes. Either way, Colombia were able to clear. Colombia have it. James Rodriguez. Game just starting to warm up again. Last 3 minutes of the first half were absolutely wide open, but it's been a slightly stodgier start to this second half. Over on that right wing, 30 yards up the touchline is John Arias. Comes inside to Puerta. Santiago Arias. He will have enjoyed his first half action, his first taste of this tournament, the 34-year-old. He's in possession now. Drops it back into Puerta. John Arias. Switched out to Luis Diaz, left-hand side. Faced up by Dalot. Pulled back towards the left-back Machado. It's a poor pass. He then bundles his way through a couple of tackles and a shot and a save. Good save from the goalkeeper. Shot was from Jefferson Lerner from distance. Now Portugal on the attack, and that's a great bit of defending from Davinson Sanchez. Used his pace, used his physicality to get in front of João Neves, who tried to run him down that left-hand side. And the momentum of that first half is just about back with us. 10 minutes into this second period. Edge of the penalty area. James Rodriguez. Twists, turns, drops it off to Puerta. Loads of space for Lerner. Arias is going to have a shot, and that one's saved as well by the goalkeeper. That one's a little bit more straightforward. First one wasn't. John Arias smashed it the second time, but the first one was Jefferson Lerner. It was really moving in the air. And Diogo Costa used 2 fists just to clear his lines. Decent bit of goalkeeping. Had to watch it all the way. The ball was wobbling about in front of him. 55 on the clock. Colombia 0. Portugal 0. Uzbekistan still 1 up on DR Congo. Portugal have it. Left-hand side, Renato Vega. Had a tricky first half against John Cordoba. Vitinha. Didn't see too much of him really hurting Colombia in that first half. Obviously, neat and tidy as he always is, but now he's on the ball and has an option in Renato Vega. Wider still is Nuno Mendes. Felix is going to turn and shoot. Blocked by the Colombian defender. Colombia have it. Davinson Sanchez down by his own corner flag. Opts just to launch this one over the halfway line. Again, Cordoba gives Vega a bit of a working over, and Portugal don't look comfortable until Ruben Diaz, with a cheeky little bit of skill, just chips it over John Arias. Allows Portugal to bring it away. Portugal just slow it down with the half-time substitute, João Neves. Out to Pedro Neto. Dalot, square to Neves. Ruben Diaz swaps passes with João Neves. Heavy touch. Puerta did well. Chased down Ruben Diaz, who just had to turn in a little bit of a hurry and give it back to his goalkeeper. Puerta retreats back to his midfield berth. A couple of substitutes being prepared for Colombia. I can see down there in the technical area. Portugal have it left hand side. Nuno Mendes. Ruben Diaz. Out to Pedro Neto. Thought about a run at Machado. Goes square. Cordoba helping out his defence. João Neves. A little bit of space on the left hand side for Felix. Cross in is over the top of everybody. One bounce into the arms of Camilo Vargas. Ronaldo was the intended target. Too much on the cross from João Felix. Colombia have it midway inside their own half, and Gustavo Puerta with a little turn and drive forward, but not many options, so just drops it off to John Arias. John Arias into the feet of James Rodriguez on the halfway line. Rodriguez switches it out. Poor ball this time from James Rodriguez, not something you associate with him. Portugal have it back. Dalot, oh, there's loads of space for João Felix on the far side. João Felix played it through to Ronaldo. Ronaldo's put it wide, and the flag, I reckon, it would have gone up. Yeah, it has done. Flag eventually goes up against Cristiano Ronaldo. That was a poor decision from João Felix. He had a load of time and space. I've got no idea where Santiago Arias had gone. João Felix was a little bit casual, and then eventually when he slipped the ball through to Cristiano Ronaldo, Ronaldo was offside before he pulled his shot wide. We're approaching the hour mark here. Again, the time's flying by. Substitutes here, Cordoba and Lerma are the two who've gone off. Cordoba, who's done well here in his bow. Luis Suarez comes on, wearing number 25. And Richard Rios wearing number 6 is on for Colombia. So 2 changes each. Nestor Lorenzo makes his first move. And Colombia will start again with a goalkeeper, Camilo Vargas. Davinson Sanchez into Puerta. Out to Santiago Arias. Drops it back to Davinson Sanchez. Long ball from him. Diego Dalot takes a little risk, heading it back to Diogo Costa. Diogo Costa just had to hurry to his right hand side and collect the ball before it went out for a corner kick. No harm done in the end. Watchful defending from Diogo Costa. Luis Suarez will be hoping to make a contribution in this tournament. He really hasn't had much of a sniff in the opening couple of games. Colombia could do with his goals. Now he has a chance. Right hand side. Santiago Arias. Pulled back. Chance. Oh, it's put wide. It's a really good chance. And that was the chance. And it's Luis Suarez at the near post. He didn't get there. Richard Rios, the substitute, has put that wide. Oh, he's about 7 yards out, Richard Rios. He's across the near post. Really good move down that right-hand side. Ball pulled back. Luis Suarez jumps over it as Richard Rios passed it with his left foot. A yard wide of the left-hand post of Diogo Costa. Chance goes begging. .62 gone. Yes, Studio B, Stuff Tube commentary. On the charge is John Lukumi. Wide right for Diaz. Diaz, good defending from Dalot. Dalot's had a really solid start since he came on at both ends of the field. Now he charges forward as the game opens up again. Vitinha. Vitinha is fouled. The referee considered playing an advantage. Richard Rios, the man who just missed that opportunity. Maybe slightly frustrated, so left a little bit on the PSG schema. No yellow card was issued. No yellow cards yet in this game here. Free kick. Level with the left-hand post. Right on the edge of shooting distance again. Fairly similar range from where Ronaldo had a pop in the first half. It's got to be 35 yards out. Ronaldo's there again. This time Bruno Fernandes looks a little bit more interested. And indeed, Cristiano Ronaldo has left it. Fernandes helps it in. It's over the top of everybody. And out for a goal kick. Cristiano Ronaldo looks pleadingly at the referee. He wanted a corner. He was challenged by two defenders. It was a similar routine to the one that Portugal used against Uzbekistan. The little dink over the top to Ronaldo. That did look like it came off Santiago Arias. But that is not one that the VAR can overturn. Here come Colombia. Oh, that's a good ball. Luis Suarez might be in. Now he has his chance to make his mark. Luis Suarez shoots, deflected wide. Never looked like scoring, Luis Suarez. First touch was poor, forced himself too wide. The shot looked like it was going out for a throw-in before it hit the defender. It was a really well played ball through from James Rodriguez. Suarez tried to chop the defender who didn't buy it. And he's got his shot really badly wrong. That was centre forward, not playing with a ton of confidence there, Luis Suarez. Edge of the box then. He has a chance. James Rodriguez. It's flicked on by Davinson Sanchez, but he couldn't get enough direction on the header. And out for a goal kick to Portugal. Congo 0, Uzbekistan 1 remains the scoreline in the other game in this group. Portugal have a throw-in right on the halfway line, right-hand side. Roberto Martinez retrieves the ball for his side. Dalot takes the throw into Neves. Neves has lost it. Colombia on the attack. Oh, poor pass. Retrieved by Colombia. Challengers flying in now. Colombia have it. Right-hand side. John Arias, overlapping run from Santiago Arias. John Arias saved by the goalkeeper. Little 1-2 between the namesakes over there. Santiago pulled it back to John Arias. And his shot was on target. It's taking a little deflection. Thought the goalie had made a bit of a meal of it. Looked like it was straight at him. Took a little nick off Renato Vega. And the save was made by Diogo Costa. James Rodriguez with a cross towards the back post. Renato Vega with a header. Luis Diaz. Options for Puerta, has a shot. Oh, that's not far away. Gustavo Puerta from 25 yards out. One of his better efforts. We've got a player down here. If the referee's got any sense, he'd call the hydration break. As Nuno Mendes is the man who's gone down. And I think that's exactly what the referee has done. Nuno Mendes. It's down in the penalty area. Incident in clearing that initial corner. Just checking it now. Yeah, there's nothing really sinister in it. Davinson Sanchez and John Lukumi, the two Colombian defenders, and near Mendes. This is a lot of players clashing. He's got a bump on the nose, Nuno Mendes. He is back on his feet. The hydration break has been called. And with 67 minutes on the clock here, it is Colombia 0, Portugal 0. Not entirely sure how we haven't had a goal, but there we are. Let's see if we can find a winner in the final quarter of this game. Score remains unchanged. Uzbekistan lead Congo by a goal to 0. Head off into the round of 32 in this tournament tomorrow. There's just the one game tomorrow. The co-hosts Canada, who so far had home comforts in all of their group games. They head to Los Angeles for the only game on Sunday, which is against South Africa. South Africa somehow made it out of Group A, having never looked likely to. South Africa suddenly were second place finishers. And then after that, Monday, it's got some absolute beauties. Really exciting. This is where the tournament hots up. We get Brazil versus Japan. We get Germany against Paraguay. And we get Netherlands versus Morocco. Ivory Coast, Norway follows on Tuesday. France, Sweden. It's another great looking game. And then it's Mexico, Ecuador. USA, Bosnia, Herzegovina. Australia take on Egypt. And Argentina, who are still to play their third group game, that takes place in about an hour's time actually. Argentina will take on Cape Verde, so already know their next round opponents before they play this game. There has been a second goal in the other game in this group, and it's an equalising goal for the Democratic Republic of Congo. Congo 1, Uzbekistan 1. Penalty in that one has been tucked away by Johan Wissa. Substitutions here. Rafa Leao and Samu Costa are on. Two more changes therefore made by Roberto Martinez. I saw Vitinha's one who's come off. Try and check the second change as we just get ready to get back underway from the hydration break. João Felix is the man who's been removed. So João Felix and Vitinha off. Rafa Leao and Samu Costa on. Samu Costa is just being admonished by the referee to pull his socks up for whatever reason. So Samu Costa's now tidied himself up a little bit. We are back underway here, 20 minutes plus stoppages left. This wide open game that is still scoreless. Colombia 0, Portugal 0. As it stands, Colombia top the group with 7 points, Portugal 5. Congo need another goal. They're currently going out on 2, as are Uzbekistan on 1. So, all up for grabs into the final 20 minutes. Colombia, left-hand side. Ball in the possession of David Machado. A quietly effective game, Machado. Not been spectacular going forwards, but he's done his defensive work doggedly, stuck to his task. Colombia have it with Richard Rios. James Rodriguez. Space wide for Machado. Moves towards the corner of the penalty area, then just turns and gives it to James Rodriguez. On to Gustavo Cueta. Richard Rios steps away from Samu Costa, the substitute. Rafa Leao closes down, gets his first touch, but it bounces back to Colombia. James Rodriguez. Ball down the channel was ambitious from Richard Rios. And Rafa Leao intercepted it, and then Rios has not fouled his man. Referee's played an advantage. Well, not an advantage, sorry. Just hasn't given the free kick. Ball into the penalty area. Luis Suarez turns and shoots. Shot is blocked. Initial centre forward play was good from Suarez. The turn was sharp. The strike wasn't clean. Ronaldo miscontrols. Loses out. Colombia have it. Luis Diaz. Into the penalty area. Vega has to stoop and clear it, and then a shot from James Rodriguez is headed over the top of his own crossbar by Renato Vega, and that bit of defending is celebrated by the Portuguese. Corners taken quickly, or they wanted to take it quickly, but James Rodriguez, I think, was tying his lace maybe at the edge of the penalty area. Ball played into the box this time, headed back. Shooting chance, no penalty. Referees waved it away. Colombia thought they had a penalty. Luis Suarez went down. VAR will be having a look at that, and now the referee stops the game. Alireza Fagani, the Iranian referee. Luis Suarez was about to pull the trigger, and he's kicked the back of Rafa Leao. It was one of those where the attacker doesn't know the defender's coming from behind him kind of thing. The two number 25s clashing on the penalty spot. That's another solid decision at first glance from Fagani. Quickly waved away after one look by the VAR. Diego Dalot has won a throw-in on the left-hand side. Colombia preparing 2 more changes. Not quite time to make them now, though, as Portugal have taken the throw-in quickly. Renato Vega in the centre circle. As we enter the last 15 minutes here, scoreless. Colombia 0, Portugal 0. Cristiano Ronaldo moves it on to Rafa Leao. He goes to ground. Nothing doing there. Ball trundles its way through to the goalkeeper. And Lukumi can build from the back for the Colombians. Throw in for Colombia. Now we'll see the changes. John Arias, who's had a good game. Always quite enjoy watching John Arias. And James Rodriguez are the 2 men who are going to go off. And they will be replaced by the number 5, Kevin Castaño, for Colombia. And the number 20, who is Juan Quintero. So 4 changes each. Now, 1 left for Néstor Lorenzo and Roberto Martinez. into the final 14 minutes. Of this one. Down the left-hand side goes Rafa Leao. Defender over there was Santiago Arias. I think it's gone out for a corner kick. Rafa Leao, always a tricky opponent, very direct, physical winger. "13 minutes to go. Scoreless here. All square still. Congo, Uzbekistan. And a chance for Portugal. Ronaldo stood right underneath the crossbar with his hands on his hips. His Portuguese player over there is just tying his shoelace. It's Bruno Fernandes who's going to put this in right-footed. He hasn't got a ball. Has he got a ball? I don't know what's going on. Bruno Fernandes is now prepared to take the corner. It's going to be a right-footed in-swinger. He's gone short. Edge of the penalty area. This was off the training ground, and the shot from Diego Dalot is shaped wide. Ronaldo and the Portuguese team pinned all the Colombian players kind of in the 6-yard box. Intimated that they were going to put the ball underneath the crossbar. And then the corner was pulled to the edge of the box where Diego Dalot had time and space but put his shot wide. Long ball forward up the right-hand channel for Luis Suarez to chase. Infield to Quintero, gets his first action of the game. Ball into space, here's a chance, left-hand side. Shooting opportunity, Luis Diaz can't get the shot off. Low cross it was. And Luis Diaz maybe should have done a little bit better. And now Portugal can break. And a foul on the halfway line. Pedro Neto was the man who's gone down. It's not a bad foul actually, committed down there by David Machado. It was David Machado who broke into the penalty area there. Put the low cross into Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz couldn't quite organise his feet to get that shot away. Rafa Leao finds Ronaldo. Ronaldo to Bruno Fernandes. Little 1-2. Here's a chance maybe. Ronaldo dinks it up. Defender gets a head on it. Colombia want a flag. Ronaldo did look offside and eventually Ronaldo is waving both arms around. He looks like he's going to take off. The offside hasn't been given. Portugal are going to get the corner. Davinson Sanchez and Ronaldo are both amazed. Fernandes is making his way over to the left-hand side. Yeah, it's going to be a corner kick. It's another set piece here. Once again, Ronaldo has gone right underneath the crossbar. As Portugal, if you remember, Portugal used Aston Villa's set piece coach, who's always done a great job in the Premier League. Let's see what they've got up their sleeve this time. Fernandes into the near post, headed away by Luis Suarez. Breaks on. Chance for Portugal to come forward. Colombia on the break. Loads of space down this left-hand side. Juan Quintero pulls the cross back and it's blocked by Dalot, who does well. Oh, and then Dalot guesses at his pass a little bit, gets away with it. Portugal on the attack. This game's threatening to open up in the last few minutes, like it did at the end of the first half. Rafa Leao clashes and is fouled by Santiago Arias. We've got another goal in the other game in this group, in Group K. And DR Congo have turned it round and lead by 2-1. DR Congo might just be booking themselves a place in the last 32 of this tournament. As it stands, they are in with a 2-1 lead. They're also going to get a round of 32 game against England as things stand. What a great game that will be. Richard Rios has conceded a free kick. Portugal have just had a few set pieces in the last few minutes in dangerous positions that look threatening for the Colombians. Nuno Mendes this time is going to put this in with his left foot. Colombia hold their line 1 yard outside the penalty area. Ruben Diaz is just telling Mendes to slow down. And as the free kick comes in, Richard Rios went to ground on the edge of the penalty area and was given a free kick by the Iranian referee. Seven and a half minutes to go here. Colombia 0, Portugal 0. Free kick to the Colombians with the goalkeeper Camilo Vargas, who's dressed all in silver. Veteran goalkeeper Vargas, 37 years of age. He's had a good game though. Has one clean sheet already to his name against the Congo, trying to double it against Portugal here. Colombia left hand side, Luis Diaz. Puerta to Castaño, who's gone into that midfield role vacated by Jefferson Lerma. Quintero, the other substitute, also in midfield, but a bit more advanced. Quintero. In possession now, Juan Quintero. That's a good pass. Finds Rios. Rios has support out wide from Santiago Arias. Now for Puerta. Colombia just retaining possession well. At this point, will be very happy with a point. Lukumi. Another rock solid game from Lukumi. Really like him and Sanchez as a pairing. Complement each other very well. Left foot, right foot combo. Ball into the edge of the box by Quintero. Just trying to force it a little bit. It was cleared away by Mendes. 6 minutes on the clock. Puerta. Again, just trying to force it through the lines. Portugal can break. Pedro Neto doesn't have a ton of support. Holds the ball up. João Neves eventually helps him out. Bruno Fernandes drops it into his Manchester United colleague Diego Dalot. Neto. Bruno Fernandes just encourages him to calm down a little bit. Portugal go to the left hand side. Vega moves it on to Mendes. Wider still is Rafa Leao. Ronaldo wants it. Gets it. A little triangle. Ronaldo in field. To João Neves. Moved on to Dalot. Diogo Dalot. Right hand side Pedro Neto. He's going to put a left footed cross in, or shapes to. He fooled me. This time he switches it out to the far side, and Rafa Leao. Good touch from Leao. Skips past Rios. Skips past Arias. Dinks the cross in. It's beaten everybody. Dalot might just get there, and Dalot has got there. Stands the cross up. Poor ball in. And then a heavy touch over on this right hand side from Pedro Neto. And it's out for a goal kick to Colombia. We've got 4 minutes left to play here. And it remains scoreless in Miami. This game's deserved a few goals. I am fully regretting about an hour and a half ago telling you that Colombia have never had a 0-0 draw in this competition. If you have listened to all of this, that is entirely on me. We've seen a yellow card eventually in this game. Gustavo Puerta has been booked. Referee's pulled the play back. He played an advantage from a Portuguese break. But Puerta did commit a foul in there. Final substitution for Néstor Lorenzo and Los Cafeteros. It is veteran defender Santiago Arias, who's had a good game at right back. Who's going to be replaced? He's replaced by Daniel Munoz, the Crystal Palace fullback. Definitely the first choice. He'll be back in for the next game, I am certain of it. Ball is with Castaño. Oh, loads of space down that right hand side. This is Munoz with his first touch. Munoz into the penalty area. Dinks the cross up. Oh, what an unbelievable piece of defending, Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz has headed that from under his own crossbar. Luis Suarez was the attacker. Maybe the cross itself was going to drop in. Cross in towards the back post. Keeper puts a foot on it and it's volleyed over the top. Oh, huge chance. Luis Suarez again. Weird bit of goalkeeping, really odd bit of goalkeeping from Diogo Costa. He tried to clear that cross with his left foot. He only played it out towards the penalty spot. And Luis Suarez has volleyed it over the crossbar from 14 yards out. And that is a presentable opportunity for a man of his calibre. Into the final 90 seconds of the 90 minutes. Portugal in possession on the right hand side. Pedro Neto. Poor pass. Too easy for David Machado to intercept. Throw into Portugal. Portugal might just have to settle for finishing second in this group. Colombia 0, Portugal 0. We are in the shadow of the final whistle here in Miami. The penultimate group in this competition to conclude. One more to go. Can Portugal find a winner right at the death here in Florida? Got a long way to go. They are deep inside their own half with Ruben Diaz. Renato Vega. Poor pass. Colombia have it. Davinson Sanchez. Good ball out to that right hand side. Cross comes in. It's switched right over to Gustavo Puerta. Swaps passes with Luis Diaz. Castaño to Quintero. Richard Rios switches it wide to Munoz again. Always a threat, Munoz. Cross comes in, looking for Suarez. It's headed on. Away from goal, they're out of this left-hand side. Kept in really well. Good endeavour from David Machado. And he's played the ball off the legs of Pedro Neto. We are into the first of 5 minutes of added on time here. The Colombian fans around the stadium think they're going to win the group. Castaño with a chance to cross the ball in towards the back post. 1-0. There it is. Oh, flag's gone up. Flag's gone up. Davinson Sanchez, I thought had nicked it. The flag has gone up. We'll have to have a check. It's a wonderful ball in from Juan Quintero. Davinson Sanchez is up at the back post. Downwards header back of the net. Sanchez He's still wagging his finger at anyone who look at him. Hands on heads from the Colombian fans around the stadium. Let's have a look at this now. Short corner. Machado. Here comes the cross. Oh, this is going to stand. He's onside. He's way onside. Rafa Leao's playing him on. This is going to be a goal. Unless the angles are playing tricks on me. I have been wrong before. VAR check. I think this is going to stand. The VAR, who is Jerome Broussard, we'll just be getting this right. Portugal have made a change. Nuno Mendes has gone off. Well, this has been disallowed. I've been wrong again. Wow. Maybe the television camera angles on that replay have stitched me up a little bit. I've gone too early, folks. Goal disallowed. 2.5 to go. Colombia 0, Portugal 0. Maybe it was wishful thinking after I absolutely jinxed the 0-0 draw earlier on. Portugal have it with the man who's just come on for the final 2 minutes. It was Matheus Nunes, the Manchester City man, wearing number 6. Rafa Leao into the penalty area. Beyond Munoz, shot. Oh, it's across the face and wide. That's a chance. I don't know if that was a cross or a shot from Rafa Leao. I think he's tried to shape it inside the far post of Camilo Vargas. He's put it across the face and there was no one at the back post to tap it in. We've got a little bit of goalkeeping cramp here. Camilo Vargas has stayed down. Matheus Nunes getting his first appearance in this competition. Nuno Mendes just took that bang on the nose a few minutes ago. He's making his way the long way around the pitch here in Miami. Matheus Nunes wins a header in on the action. Rafa Leao's having a little charge down the far side. Good defending, really good defending from Daniel Munoz, who is an all-action player. As we get the final 60 seconds, might be another minute or so. We had a little break in play. Portugal have a throw-in. DR Congo have a third goal, so they absolutely are going to be playing in the round of 32. Just wonder if that goal's going to find them a different opponent rather than England on goal difference. Colombia on the charge. Puerta trying to win it for Colombia. Luis Diaz, edge of the box. Puerta shoots, blocked. Edge of the box again. Castaño, here's a chance. Keeper comes and claims. Keeper does well. That might be the last action of the game. Goalie stayed down, Diogo Costa. I think he took one maybe just on the back of the head. A little bit of enthusiastic attacking from Munoz. Just seeing the semi-automated graphics for Davinson Sanchez's goal, and he's offside by a toe. It's so close. That's what fooled me. Colombian fans can't believe it. They thought they'd won it. I thought they'd won it. We are beyond the 5 minutes added time. This is now the referee's discretion. Goalkeeper goes short. Referee is going to play on. We might get another minute. Portugal have possession. Can they create a chance? Do they want to create a chance? Renato Vega just plays it square. All eyes on the referee. Out to the left-hand side. Matheus Nunes. And there is the final whistle. Bruno Fernandes is furious that Portugal didn't get the ball forward there. because they've had to settle for a point. Colombia have won this group. They will advance to take on Ghana in the round of 32. Portugal finish second. They will play Croatia in the next round. Congo have made it through famously to play England. This was a good game. It was absolutely wide open. We have seen 37 shots. 8 of those were on target. We've seen some great goalkeeping as well. The one thing we didn't see was a goal, but it's finished here on match day 3 in Group K in Miami. Colombia 0, Portugal 0.
Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page.